Hello peeps. Sorry for the information overload. Well, I think I'm sort of slightly squiffy here. I still haven't repaired the leg of the tripod, so anything could happen. I wasn't going to video today, but then my book's arrived and I'm super excited, so the only people I can share it with are you people, because nobody else will be, vaguely interested in the fact that I've got 2 new crochet books. That's not a crocheting book, but I got that off eBay. It's great. It's like wire covered with raffia or whatever, plastic raffia. It's to put my scarves in. I decided that the thing that I bought wasn't very good for my scarves because they all sort of piled into one and I couldn't sort out one from the other. Right, what did I get? First of all, came all the way from America, Annie's Attic. It's called Squareware, Granny Squareware. And I bought it for one particular pattern, which will be, I'll show you when I get there. It's all Granny Squares. That's a shrug, which I love. I think it's really nice that they've sort of modernised the Granny Square now by doing it in different shades. And this one is, they call it a lace overcoat, but I quite like the way it buttons that way with the top bit, and then it buttons that way at the bottom, so it gives you an unusual neckline. So I think that's pretty. It's kind of what to do with that leftover square, isn't it? That one is the one on the front cover. Now, whilst I like it, it isn't. I thought it was like a waistcoat, but it isn't. It's like a shawl. It's kind of got short back in it. Yeah. I think the only one I don't like. I cannot really see myself wearing a granny hat. I know I am a granny, but I don't want a granny hat. Now this, I love the colours. It's just a basic Granny Square bag. I absolutely love the shades that they've used. It's just I told you the other day, yesterday I think it was, the day before, I've got like an information overload in my brain going da-da-da-da, yeah. Now that one I'm not keen on. It's a floral top and skirt. Not keen. Whether I would wear one or the other, I don't know, but I'm just not keen. It isn't actually circles, it's actually squares that look like circles, so there's a chance I might ever make that. My phobia for circles. I can't do circles. Well, I can do circles, but I can't join them together. Now you see, that's going back, isn't it, to the old-fashioned style of grannies, yeah. I think it's the colours really, isn't it, mostly. I always think of granny squares as being bright colours. And then it's shown there in the long version. Not as keen on that one. I don't know, it's because it's large granny squares. Now this is the one that I actually bought the book for. I saw it on Facebook and it wasn't a link to a pattern or anything, but I managed to, well, no, it was one of my Facebook friends who actually found it for me. I can't remember who now. She actually showed it and said it's in this book, and I was like, yay! Oh, you see, my Facebook fans, they really come through for me. When I'm looking for something, they find it for me. That one's not too bad. Again, it looks like circles, but it's squares. I quite like the Empire line because it's a little bit flattering to those of us who've got a tummy. And I've got plenty of tummy. I think that's it in this book now. Yeah. But they also sent me some little freebies. Got lip gloss on them, the little fibres are sticking. Sent me some freebies for scarves and things. And I do like that. Must admit, I do like that one. I don't want this Granny Squares, I haven't really looked at it yet. Oh, it's a chain fringe, sure. Let's see. Right, now these are the ones that I ordered that do get me excited. Love it. All those one balls in my scraps. Love it, love it. Definitely going to make that for me. Definitely. I don't care if it never sells because I want it. And I'm not into really making cushions, but I suppose it's quite attractive. I've made cushions, by the way, in the past, but they're just, I mean, they are pretty. But when you have a dog like me and you have to wash everything every day, it's not really practical. That one I like. It's a beach bag, or a project bag, or a market bag, whatever you want to call it. Like that one. And that one's where you tie all the ends in. You don't. Now, while I like the idea of that, I don't know whether I would in real life. Get them tangled up in all the little threads. I like that one because it's like rainbow squares instead of doing granny squares. Rainbow squares. Is that it in here? I think maybe that's it now in here. Yeah, showing the bag once more. I mean, these are leisure art books, these, by the way. 6 crochet designs by Sally Rideout. Then, of course, because I can't have one without the other, I had to have 6 more by Sally Rideout. That's a waves Afghan. Now, while I don't know whether I'd make an actual Afghan, I would probably, you know, make it as a pram blanket or something. Pram. No good with big projects, none at all. Crochet big garments, but not blankets. No, I'm not keen on the bolster. Not keen on that one at all. Another bag. I wouldn't taper it though at the top. I would leave it as a shopping bag or a beach bag or whatever. I would leave it like that. I suppose a narrower top is better if you, for security reasons, if you're going out somewhere. Again, I don't like pillows, but I like the stitch. I would probably use that stitch on something else, you know. One way of using up your colours. And this is the one that's on the front cover. A fan shawl, or stole, is it, whatever. They call it a shawl, but I call straight things, I call them a stole, yeah. To me, a shawl's shaped, you know, like semicircular or a V. That's a shawl to me. A long piece like that to me is a stole. I suppose it's the way I was brought up, they were always called a stole. Now I love that, that's a vest. It's got a black top at the top and it's fastened with a button. Of course you can't see because it's black. But it's actually got quite a high neckband that fastens with a button, which is, you know, a little bit unusual, isn't it? I love that. So my little hooks are itching to get going on something. Purely for me, of course. I mean, the things I love to crochet, I don't know whether they'd be saleable or not. But the best thing I can do to dip my toe in the water is make them for me. See what people's comments are. Will you make one for me? Or, yes, really? Is she really going out in that? I can usually tell by people's faces. But I've got so many balls of wool that I've bought in sales or whatever in the garage. 1 or 2 balls that you buy because you like the colour, whatever. And there's only so many hats you can make in this world, isn't there, or scarves or whatever. So I thought, great to use up my scraps, some big, well, not scraps, that's the wrong word for them, because they are full balls. What's going on in my life? Nothing really. I reported that lady to eBay. Not that it will do me much help. I'm new to all this. I didn't realise that when people had given her a star or, you know, commented, that they had to comment and give her a star in order to put a negative comment on. So I'm looking at her thinking she's got all these sales or she's got all these, when she hadn't actually. She'd just got the stars that people had put on and then they'd written underneath that she hadn't paid. So I'm a bit more wiser now. I sold another 3 things today. Bargain prices. I mean, they're not, prices have not been pushed up or anything. I mean, it tickles me that I've got things for 99p that I haven't sold and they're being relisted. And eBay's suggestion was, why don't I make them a little bit less money? How much less can you go than 99p? You know, by the time eBay's taking their fee out, you know. You can't really go any lower than 99p. I mean, we're talking fully lined straight skirts here, you know, and they want me to go lower than 99p. Buster's in a slightly better mood today. He just barked at the postman, but we didn't have any savaging attacks at the postman. Not that I would let him get near the postman, so don't worry. You know, I don't. I'd put him in the house securely. He went for a walk, and Sue said he behaved himself beautifully. So I think he's got rid of his rat baggy moments. Just like Sue said, maybe he was too hot yesterday, I don't know. But he was an absolute yesterday. He, you know, just, oh, I don't know. Anyway, enough of me waffling. I've still got to finish my black bolero off. I've got one more sleeve to do for one of them, and then I've got to finish the other one. And then I've got another black bolero to start that's on order. And in between time, all I want to do is crocheting my new books. But no, I've got to be careful, I've got to be good, and I've got to not do it because I need to finish the others off first. So I'm going to go now, do some crocheting, or maybe organise my scarves, whatever I'm going to do next. Don't know. Anyway, bye for now.